One sign that fall is nearly here is that Apple sent invites out for an event on Tuesday, September 12th. Happy pumpkin spice season, everyone. Ooh, could you imagine a pumpkin spice iPhone? Look, as soon as I said it, I regretted it. But there are numerous rumors, some that hint at a rather straightforward round of upgrades to the iPhone and Apple Watch. Other rumors point to the possibility of a new iPhone model, the iPhone 15 Ultra. Let's break down everything you can expect for Apple's fall event. But first, I want to go back to the invite, which shows an Apple logo made up of tiny dust-like particles with three-dimensional grooves carved out a bit like the sands of a desert. Now, the tagline, Wonderlust, is a play on the word wanderlust, which means a strong longing for or impulse toward wandering. So does wanderlust mean a strong longing for or impulse toward wandering? Like all of us trying to read something into the invite, wondering what it has to do with what Apple will be announcing? Could the grooved cutouts in the logo refer to a less boxy iPhone design? Could the particles refer to an improved camera that is capable of capturing more details? And could the colors, metallic shades of gray, blue, and even gold, be a reference to the colors of the new iPhone or Apple Watch? Or is this just all Apple acknowledging the short, fleeting time each one of us has during our lifetimes? No idea, but I expect the iPhone 15 Pro will be the headliner. So let's start with the regular models first. Like the iPhone 14 series, there will likely be 4 models of the iPhone 15 series. The iPhone 15 and 15 Plus will basically be a repackaged iPhone 14 Pro without the telephoto camera. The new phones will get an updated 48 megapixel camera and inherit the A16 chip. On the outside, the two phones will trade in their display notches for the dynamic island cutout that debuted on the 14 Pro and 14 Pro Max. Now, despite the addition of the dynamic island, don't expect any other changes to the screen. Display analyst Ross Young said in a September 2022 tweet that he's not expecting base iPhone 15 models to have a higher refresh rate screen like Apple's Pro iPhone models because the supply chain might not be able to support it. Also, do we call posts made when X was still Twitter tweets still? Anyway, according to a May report by Charger Lab, a power specialist website with a pretty steady track record, all 4 iPhone 15 models will support 15-watt wireless charging using the new Qi2 open standard announced earlier this year. And if this turns out to be true, it'll mean the iPhone 15 could open up a whole new world of wireless charging devices that are not necessarily licensed as Apple accessories. MagSafe. But the biggest change for all 4 iPhones will be the shift away from the Lightning connector. Likely driven by pressure by the European Union, which passed legislation adopting USB-C as a common charging standard, the iPhone 15 series will have a USB-C port instead of a Lightning port. I know, it's 2012 all over again. I kid. It's a bit hazy how exactly Apple will handle this, but it's likely that all new iPhone models will be sold with a USB-C port for the foreseeable future. But let's talk about some major changes coming to the Pro models. Out of everything Apple will announce, the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max bring with them the biggest changes. According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, stainless steel is gone and the frame will be made from titanium, which could help reduce the overall weight of each phone. The iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max will likely get a new A17 chip, which will feature a 3nm processor and be Apple's smallest. Around the front, the two phones will have a thinner display bezel, but the big change could be on the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which will house a new 6x optical telephoto camera. Noted Apple rumor maker Ming-Chi Kuo, an analyst with TF International Securities, forecasts the 15 Pro Max will have a horizontal mounted periscope lens inside the phone's body, kind of like the ones found in the Google Pixel 7 Pro or Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or Sony Xperia 1 Mark V. By doubling the native optical zoom from 3 times to 6 times magnification, you'd be able to, in theory, capture zoomed-in photos with better detail, resolution, and dynamic range than from using the 6 times digital zoom found on a current iPhone 14 Pro. And as far as the USB-C on the Pro models, they will likely have faster data speeds for transferring things like files and videos, especially those ProRes video files, which are pretty big. Quote also hints at both Pro models having solid-state volume and power buttons as just another way to differentiate them from the regular 15 and 15 Plus. The buttons wouldn't be mechanical and more akin to kind of like the home button that debuted on the iPhone 7. One last rumor that seems, well, a bit dated was that the iPhone 15 Pro Max may be rebranded as the iPhone 15 Ultra. Bloomberg's Gurman published the possibility nearly a year ago, and, well, this should be taken with a grain of salt. Another up-in-the-air possibility comes by the way of Mac rumors who found code in a beta version of iOS 17 that shows off functionality for an action button on the iPhone like the one found on the Apple Watch Ultra. The functions would be more phone-oriented, like for shortcuts or to be used as a camera shutter. We'll have to wait until the 12th to find out. But let's switch up from the iPhone 14 to the possibility of some new Apple Watch models. In a less ambitious update that seems like a relatively modest year-over-year iteration from the Apple Watch Series 8, the Apple Watch Series 9 could come in a new color. As reported by Mac Rumors and based on a post by the user Shrimp Apple Pro on X, formerly known as Twitter, the Apple Watch Series 9 might come in a new pink color. On the inside, the Series 9 will likely be powered by a new S9 chip, which in a post Bloomberg's Gurman shared on his Power On Discord channel in May will bring both performance and efficiency improvements. And that's kind of another way of saying the battery life could be better. Obviously, we'll have to wait to find out. Now, the Apple Watch Ultra could see a second generation version. The rugged watch debuted last year, and a new version could bring a faster chip and come in a black titanium finish, according to a post by ex-user Shrimp Apple Pro. Oh man, a black version of the Ultra would look fire. All right, let's talk about everything else. The AirPods case could see a new USB-C connector. iOS 17 and watchOS 10 will likely get an official release date, and I can't imagine that Apple will pass up a chance to update everyone on its Vision Pro headset that was announced back in June at WWDC. So that's it. Obviously, until Tim Cook and crew walk across the stage of the Steve Jobs Theater and announce all these things, none of this is for certain. But now, I want to hear from you guys. What are you hoping for from the Apple September 12th event? Throw your thoughts in the comments. Last, make sure to subscribe to CNET for more coverage on the event and everything Apple announces. Bye.